I'm just blessed, man. I feel good to be back. Sleep in my own bed, eat some real food, see the family, get all that love. And
For years, one of hip-hop's most recognizable voices was missing. Fetty Wap, the man behind Trap Queen, was no longer on stage, but behind bars. Now, after serving time, Willie Maxwell II is free again. And the question everyone's asking is simple: what happens next? But before we ask what happens next, why don't we take a look at the legacy he built for himself? The luxurious life he lived prior to his incarceration, and the life he is hopefully about to get back to if he plays his cards right. In this video, we would be breaking it all down, so sit back, relax, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe to our channel, because this is where you get coverage on the luxurious lives of all your favorite celebrities and even those you don't roll with. Maxwell was born in Paterson, New Jersey, a city of resilience where ambition fights against adversity. From these streets emerged a voice that would redefine hip-hop melodies, a sound that fused raw emotion with infectious rhythm. Born on June 7, 1991, Fetty's childhood was marked by hardship and determination. At just 6 months old, glaucoma claimed his left eye. Doctors offered a prosthetic, but Fetty refused. His confidence became his signature, a fearless embrace of imperfection that would later inspire millions. He attended East Side High School before dropping out in order to pursue his music career. Music was his lifeline. Fetty Wap developed an interest in making music in 2013. Initially starting off as a rapper, he later decided to start singing as well because he wanted to do something different. He was nicknamed Fetty, and Wap was added to the end of the name to perform in tribute to Gucci Mane's alias, Guwap. Fetty Wap's rise didn't happen overnight, but when it hit fast. His breakout single, Trap Queen, quietly dropped in early 2014 and was later featured on his Up Next mixtape that July. He had recorded the track back in February, not knowing it would soon change everything. At first, the song flew under the radar. Then, in mid-November 2014, it exploded. Word spread, streams surged, and Trap Queen took over, eventually going platinum and racking up more than 200 million SoundCloud plays. That momentum opened major doors. By November 2014, Fetty Wap landed a recording deal with 300 Entertainment, a powerhouse label founded by industry heavyweights Leor Cohen, Kevin Liles, Roger Gold, and Todd Moskowitz, with distribution through Atlantic Records. The wave didn't stop there. On June 29, 2015, Fetty Wap officially released his second single, 679, another standout from Up Next. The music video had already been heating things up on YouTube a month earlier, building hype before the commercial drop. The original version featured Monty, with Fetty adding his own verse later to level it up. Then came My Way. The track became his second top 10 hit on the Billboard Hot 100, but the story took another turn when Drake jumped on the remix. That version dominated radio and pushed the song even further into the spotlight. Riding that momentum, 679 followed suit, cracking the Hot 100 top 10 and peaking at number 4. From underground buzz to chart-topping hits, Fetty Wap's run was nothing short of unstoppable. By the summer of 2015, Fetty Wap wasn't just hot, he was making history. During the week of July 26th to August 1st, he pulled off a rare chart takeover that put him in elite company with hip-hop legends Eminem and Lil Wayne. Fetty became the first male rapper since Eminem in 2013 to land 3 songs in the top 20 of the Billboard Hot 100 at the same time. On top of that, he was the first male rapper in 4 years, since Lil Wayne in 2011, to have multiple singles sitting in the top 10 simultaneously. And he wasn't done yet. With the release of his fourth single, Again, Fetty Wap broke another record, becoming the first artist in the 26-year history of Billboard's Hot Rap Songs chart to debut his first 4 entries all in the top 10 at once. It was a run few artists had ever achieved, and none had done quite like him. Fast forward to November 2022, and Fetty proved his sound still had cultural pull. He dropped Sweet Yams, a fresh reimagining of Yams by Masego and Devin Morrison. The track quickly caught fire on TikTok, spreading across the platform and earning major praise. R&B legend Charlie Wilson even jumped in with an unofficial remix, while Snoop Dogg crowned it the Song of the Year. In November 2023, Fetty Wap made a powerful return with his third studio album, King Zoo. The project was led by Sweet Yams, a single he had dropped a year earlier and marked his first release since his incarceration. The album carried extra weight. Fans heard a changed artist, and the record even featured a guest appearance from Coi Leray, adding to the buzz around his comeback. Then, just when it seemed quiet, the internet did what it does best. In early January 2025, Fetty's 2015 hit Again suddenly resurfaced across Instagram Reels and TikTok, fueled by a viral phrase, "blasting Fetty Wap on a JBL speaker." The nostalgia wave hit hard, pulling a new generation into his catalog, while longtime fans ran the song back on repeat. By May 2025, Fetty Wap took things even further, releasing Forever 719435509, a track he recorded while in prison. The number in the title wasn't random. It referenced his actual Federal Register number, turning the song into something deeply personal. Alongside the release, Fetty's brother launched an online petition calling for the end of his federal prison sentence. And then, things started to shift. Maybe the music spoke. Maybe the fans spoke louder. Perhaps that worked. Fetty Wap has referred to his music as ignorant R&B and combines singing and rapping. On several occasions, Fetty Wap has also cited Atlanta-based rapper Gucci Mane as a major influence in his music. Now to the luxury life he lived after becoming a signature figure in the industry. Success brought wealth, and wealth brought extravagance. Fetty Wap's lifestyle became legendary. At his peak, his net worth soared to $22 million, a fortune built from chart-topping hits, sold-out tours, and lucrative endorsements. Fetty's core revenue comes from streaming platforms. With close to 12.8 million monthly listeners on Spotify, his estimated earning is approximately $51,000 per month. For YouTube, with about 2.9 billion views, he makes approximately $157,000 per month. That totals roughly $208,000 per month, or about $2.5 million per year, though this fluctuates with trends and catalog plays, touring, and live performances. At his peak, Fetty was commanding six-figure shows, rumored up to $300,000 per appearance. With a strong release year, he could perform dozens of shows, netting several million annually before taxes and expenses. Royalties and publishing income. Beyond streaming, Fetty earns through songwriters and publishers' cuts. For instance, My Way, a two-time platinum hit, earned approximately $23,700 in publishing royalties over the past year. With multiple hit tracks, especially one as massive as Trap Queen, which by the way is now Diamond certified, that catalog accumulates consistent income. Now to endorsement deals. Fetty Wap has teamed up with brands like Calvin Klein, Chick Smart, and Kicktronics. While exact figures aren't public, his appeal to fashion and lifestyle brands likely brings in six-figure endorsement income annually, investments, and business ventures. At one point, Fetty claimed to have flipped $1.3 million into $20 million in stock investments. He's also dabbled in clothing lines and label projects, though details on revenue remain private. During incarceration, touring income dropped to zero. He relied on royalties and brand deals. As of early 2026, his net worth is estimated around $1 million, down dramatically from the $2.5 million in 2015. Fetty Wap's journey shows the roller coaster of modern music. Massive streaming wealth, blockbuster tours, solid publishing revenue, and brand partnerships. But it also highlights the fragility of that wealth when legal troubles strike. Now, out of prison, Fetty's next chapter, whether from his old hits or fresh efforts, will determine if he can rebuild and reclaim his financial legacy. When Fetty Wap burst onto the scene with Trap Queen, he didn't just change the sound of hip-hop, he changed his life. And what's the first thing you do when millions start rolling in? You invest. He invested in real estate like a mogul. 10 houses, 14 apartments. 2015, the year Fetty Wap went from local talent to global superstar. His first big move? A home for his mother. High ceilings, marble floors, a dream come true. For Fetty, this wasn't just real estate, it was redemption. Then came the empire. At his peak, Fetty claimed to own 10 houses, 14 apartments, and a fleet of cars that could fill a stadium parking lot. Mansions, condos, luxury pads, his name was on them all. Success wasn't just heard in his music, it was built into bricks and mortar. But not every chapter was glamorous. One Puerto Rico mansion, worth $2.1 million, turned into a legal storm. Damages, lawsuits, insurance claims. Fetty paid thousands to settle the mess. A reminder, big homes come with big headaches. Not forgetting to mention a sprawling Miami mansion worth $2.5 million, complete with an infinity pool overlooking the ocean. Inside, marble floors gleamed under crystal chandeliers, and walls displayed platinum plaques like royal crests. Outside, his driveway was a showroom of automotive dreams. That leads us to the cars he had, 'cause we don't quite know if still owns those. First up, the BMW i8, a futuristic hybrid that looks like it rolled straight out of a sci-fi movie. With 357 horsepower and a 0 to 60 sprint in just over 4 seconds, this beauty blends speed with sustainability. Price tag? Around $140,000. For Fetty, this wasn't just a car, it was a statement of innovation and style. Then comes the Mercedes-AMG C63S, a German powerhouse dressed in elegance. Under the hood, a twin-turbo V8 pushing out 503 horses, ready to tear up the streets. Estimated cost? $75,000. This one screams performance with class. And here's the Porsche 911 Turbo S, the crown jewel of precision engineering. With 580 horsepower and a blistering 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, this machine is pure adrenaline. Price? A cool $190,000. It's not just fast, it's flawless. Next, the Maserati Gran Turismo, Italian elegance on wheels. A 4.7-liter V8, handcrafted interiors, and a design that turns every street into a runway. Estimated price? $90,000. This car whispers luxury with every rev. And then, the legend. Ferrari 458 Italia, a naturally aspirated V8 delivering 562 horsepower, sculpted for speed and seduction. Price? Around $230,000. This isn't just a car, it's a dream realized. For pure opulence, Fetty rolls in a Bentley Mulsanne, handcrafted luxury smooth V8 power, and a cabin that feels like a private jet. Estimated value? Between $150,000 and $200,000. This is where comfort meets prestige. Rounding out the fleet, a BMW M6 and a Mercedes S-Class. Performance and sophistication in perfect harmony. Together, they add another $90,000 to $140,000 to the collection. From futuristic hybrids to Italian supercars, Fetty Wap's garage isn't just about horsepower, it's about ambition, generosity, and living life in the fast lane. At his peak, he owned 37 cars and even bought 72 more for friends and family. That's not just wealth, that's loyalty on wheels. Next is his jewelry collection, 'cause why not? Every rapper invests in some bling. Jewelry became his armor, chains thick as ropes, diamond-encrusted watches, and rings that sparkled like constellations. His jewelry collection isn't just flash, it's a flashy manifesto of his rise, loyalty, and long nights in the studio. At the heart of the collection lies a heavy Cuban link chain, thick, layered, and encrusted with VVS-grade diamonds. Fetty's seen Cuban links that cost upwards of $250,000, and his neck often wears them layered, each link reflecting his bold energy on stage and off. Not just for him, Fetty even bought a gold Mercedes chain for his chauffeur, turning everyday loyalty into luxury. A gesture as headline-grabbing as his chart-topping hits. His wrist game matches his neck. An iced-out Patek Philippe, dazzling and timeless, and an Audemars Piguet that glints with luxury and legacy. These aren't just timepieces, they're time stoppers, statement makers. Back in 2016, Fetty dropped a staggering $350,000 at Avian & Company, walking away with a 75-carat gold Cuban chain, a matching 25-carat bracelet, and not one, but two fully iced-out Rolex day dates. The sticker shock? Epic. The results? Pure jewelry royalty. Some pieces carry deeper meaning. A custom 1738 pendant, paying tribute to his Remy Boys crew and immortalized in diamonds. Hanging from a bold Cuban link, it's more than jewelry. It's heritage, loyalty, identity. Ring stacks and diamond-studded grills, the extras that complete the image. Fetty wears his success like armor, each piece carefully chosen to reflect bold energy, unpredictable brilliance, and unapologetic stardom. Fetty Wap's jewelry isn't just about ice, it's about identity. Each chain, watch, and pendant has a story. He didn't just buy these pieces, he curated a legacy, and when you rock that shine, you reflect exactly who you are. The rebel, the Remy boy, the trap queen. $2.5 million worth of jewels adorned his frame. At parties, he was a walking spectacle of wealth, his presence commanding attention under neon lights. But extravagance came at a cost. Fetty admitted to burning through $200,000 a month on bills, luxuries, and gifts. The world saw a superstar living the dream, but behind the glitter, cracks began to form. Fast forward. The cars? Gone. The apartments? Sold. The houses? Down to one. Fetty himself admitted, "I used to have 10 homes, now I'm down to just one." From excess to essentials, his real estate story mirrors his life. Fast, flashy, and full of lessons. Today, that one house stands as more than shelter. It's a symbol, a foundation for rebuilding, for redemption, for the next chapter. Because in Fetty Wap's world, the story isn't over, it's just getting started. Fame is a double-edged sword. With success came pressure, and with pressure came mistakes. Fetty's personal life grew complicated. 6 biological children with 5 different women, a marriage that ended in heartbreak, and public disputes that fueled gossip columns. In 2021, tragedy struck when his young daughter Lauren passed away at just 4 years old. The loss was devastating, a wound that fame and fortune could never heal. Financial missteps compounded the pain. Lavish spending, poor investments, and mounting obligations began to erode his fortune. The entourage that once celebrated his victories started to shrink. Headlines shifted from chart-topping hits to rumors of decline. Fetty Wap, the man who once ruled the airwaves, was now fighting battles far from the spotlight. October 2021 marked a turning point. At Rolling Loud, NYC, federal agents arrested Fetty Wap on charges of conspiracy to distribute controlled substances, cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, and crack. The indictment alleged a large-scale operation spanning Long Island and New Jersey. The news sent shockwaves through the music industry. Fans were stunned. Critics speculated. The superstar who once sang about love and loyalty now faced the harsh reality of a federal courtroom. In August 2022, Fetty pleaded guilty. By May 2023, the sentence was delivered: 6 years in federal prison, followed by 5 years of supervised release. He was transferred to Sandstone, Minnesota, where the vibrant lights of fame faded into the cold monotony of prison life. Behind bars, Fetty confronted his choices, his regrets, and the community he had once inspired. His words during sentencing echoed with remorse. "I hurt my community. I am truly sorry." January 2026. After serving more than 3 years, Fetty Wap walked out of prison gates 11 months early, entering community confinement under strict conditions. His Instagram story said it all. Home. The world watched as he embraced freedom, greeted by family and supporters who never lost faith. But this was not the same Fetty Wap who once flaunted cars and chains. This was a man reborn, driven by purpose. He pledged to give back, to support at-risk youth, expand access to education, promote early tech skills, and provide vision care for children. His focus shifted from luxury to legacy. Music remained in his heart, but now it was a tool for change, a voice for redemption. As he walked through the streets of Paterson, head held high, the cheers of his community echoed louder than any concert crowd. Fetty Wap had fallen, but he had risen again, not as a symbol of excess, but as a beacon of resilience. Fetty Wap's story is a testament to the highs and lows of fame, the fragility of fortune, and the power of second chances. From the gritty streets of Paterson to the pinnacle of hip-hop, from federal prison to a renewed mission, his journey reminds us that redemption is possible. Even when the world counts you out, his rise was meteoric, his style unforgettable, and his legacy still being written. If you loved this deep dive into Fetty's world, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we've got more stories of music, money, and the lives behind the fame coming your way. What's your favorite chapter of Fetty's journey? His cars, his jewelry, his music, or his comeback? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, keep chasing dreams, keep shining, and remember, every legend starts with a story. Peace out.